And now, one of the greatest battles of multiple Twilights you've ever seen on the show. Crisis of Infinite Twilights by Defender 2222 of the Twilights. Okay, Twinkler. The purple-feathered griffin banged slightly. Her wings opened wide as she caught a long journey from Griffinland to Equestria, but she finally made it. Sparkly Twinkler had just so Professor Fuzzy Thinker was right. The answer to her questions lay in the strange realm of even stranger ponies. To say that she was befuddled was an understatement. One minute she had been hanging out with her best friends, Freckled Farmer, Pink Partier, Beautiful Tamer, Rainbow Flyer, and Stunning Designer, ignoring the blonde jackass, Scion in the House of Jackass, and complaining about the poor teasing style of Greasy Git, Professor, who kind of sounded like she was surrounded by Griffiths she didn't recognize. Two Griffs, a ginger one, and one who was the first Griff, Twinkler, had even seemed to push two feathers. How did they not know her? But it was some Griff named Harry Grabber who's supposed to pick Griffland, not her. She'd been upset when she discovered her beloved teacher, Professor Thinker, hadn't recognized her, but the old Griff had been kind, and even come up with a question to go on to discover the truth. And I'm going to discover it, Twinkler said to herself, plunging down slightly to avoid a nasty headwind that threatened to knock her off course. I just need to BOOM! Twinkler let out a yelp as two sonic rainbows fired off in front of her. She watched in utter shock as a purple pony in a Wonderbolt's costume of a second pony, half flesh and half machine, a jet engine on her back. Surrender now, lowly Pegasus, and allow yourself to be upgraded, Cyborg Twilight declared, firing several laser cannons at her opponent. Skyburst merely narrowed her eyes and went into a deep dive, dazzling the attacks and forcing the cyborg to give chase after her. On second thought, maybe the ounces overrated, Twinkler muttered. Twizo and Tricora leapt out of the way, just avoiding the energy bolts that shot at him. The assassin pulled, but even with the black haze covering their section of the battlefield, the blast dust kept on coming. To continue on shows quite skill, for her blast can kill. Twizo nodded. I know it is trying to kill us, but my friend Leonardo would give a good look. From the black smoke, a pony-sized metal tank and a Schultzinger rolled forward, purple magenta servers belaying the deadlines of his celestial-like device and a deadly beams of energy, as well as a long eye stalk. All must be exterminated! The doll-like Twilight declared. Normally I would try to use the first of Twilight's voice this, but here only the Dalek will remain! My lack of ideas makes me pout, Tricora said. Order. So I hope you have a way out. Twice reached forward and bounced harmlessly off of the Dalek shell. Exterminate! Dalek Twilight screeched, preparing to fire her weapon. You are not Mama Sparkle! Dalek Twilight induced by Roly Poly, the baby Dalek that Twilight had adopted back when people actually cared about Scootaloo's origin story. Dalek Twilight squawked in protest as she tipped over, ice sock wiggling about as she tried to right herself. Well done, Mr. Friend. Twice said, walking up and retrieving her weapons before patting Roly Poly. But we have more work to do. You will not escape, Alex! The ghost left. She grew quiet, her shell trying to right itself, only for a shout. Imagine you were immobilized. Seafoam tremors silver back and forth, fancy you were far from home in a terrible pain. Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse. You look up and see the face of the devil herself. Seafoam leaned in. Hello, Dalek. Dalek Twilight swiveled her eyesight towards the new Twilight. Reckon show you are from Equestria! Reckon show you will show mercy! I am. Check it, your records again! Mercy! Say it again, Seafoam said, leaning in. Mercy! One more time. Mercy! No, I so rarely get to do Daleks on this show. Now, let's see. Who would be fun to play with? Delivering her mask, rubbing her hands together. The Draconic was smiled with wicked glee, her mind racing at all the chaos she could inject into the battle. Oh, it was already quite chaotic, well, with two armies mostly composed out, but she was sure she could take it one step further and really cut. Even if she had been able to enjoy herself, as her friends were always forcing her to remember the bonds of friendship, thus behave, but they were not here to stop her. How? Valerian turned around and stared at the newcomer. with long red rose draped over his shoulders. I've heard so much about you, my dear. I want to see what you are all the fuss is about. Discord, hearing that. I see the twilight this dimension didn't end you like I did on mine. But what? Delirious asked, floating over to him. Does that mean you're stronger than my Discord? Not at all. But where would the fun be in revealing the answer to my riddle when I can string you along and watch you dance? You think you could outsmart me? Delirium asked. I was smarter than Enterprise powers, and now none rival me. Not that smart, since you walked underneath the anvil I set up, Discord said, summoning a pair of scissors and giving a piece of the rope a snipe. There was a whistling whoosh, and a large anvil smashed at Delirium's head. Discord seeing the deed done, transformed into the bear with a green hat. I'm smarter than he ever in Twilight. Delirium laughed, melting and saving the goo. I'm not average at all, dear Discord. Delirium snapping her fingers and dressing Discord up as a tacky magician. I must admit that your parlor tricks are amusing. I bet you've got a bunny under your hat. Righty, hope your hand is hot. Come on, clown, let's see what you got. Discord tears off the costume and waves it away like it was a weak breeze. You try and slam me with your hardest enemy isn't up to snuff. I'll set the record straight. You're simply out of date. You're only second rate. Discord tries whopping into a vicious manticore, but Delirium turns to the stone with a snap of her fingers. You think you're crazy. You got a lot to learn about the Chaos game. So for your education, I reiterate, you're only second rate. Discord, the stone crumbled to become a lion's paw thumb. Our stones burst out, becoming his other fingers. Pony's Kawa, at the power in my pinky. My thumb is number one on every list. But it's that I'm invincible to the test. Delirium yells as the stone hand becomes until this rivalry to rest. Delirium breaks free from and binds Discord with chains. Discord merely turns into a boa that he wears. Go ahead and zap me with the big surprise. Put me down to size. I'll make a great escape. It's a piece of cake. You're only second rate. The little catches her mouth. You know, your hocus pocus isn't up enough, and your mumbo jumbo doesn't match enough. Let me pontificate upon your sorry state. You're only second rate. Delirium summons evil versions of Roby, Fufa, and Muno. Yo, gabba gabba gabba! Persona, Granny's gonna grab you! Wait to 500 feet tall. Their faces press. Sada assume not trust. This thing's bigger than the both of us! Discord, popping Delirium's eyes out of her head. You have tremendous stats, Delirium. Skins Discord, leaving just muscles wearing blue boxers. You look horrendous in your underwear! Discord, press Delirium's lens off. I can't wait to discombobulate. Says Discord, a small boxer explodes. I'll send big correct. Discord fires her with a hammer. You make a better living as a spinning plate. Delirium with Discord. You're only second rate. I had in ages. None of you compare to me. Discord Delirium turned and watched this and a lazy eye happily turned over to them. You are? Delirium asked. Derpy Sparkle! The wall-eyed mirrors happily. And I'm gonna knock you out now. The teacher cocked slapped her face. Oh, I could think you could beat us, Discord said, wiping away a tear. How utterly poor did you get that big sword? Derby sparkles. The greatest goal! I am Mara! Ah! Muttered as Derby Sparkle turned into a muscle-bound goddess. So rash and foolish, Twilight Ross said, her katana singing as it cut through the air, easily driving back Twilight, Keyblade Master. You do not understand why you fight. This is why you will never beat me. I have to fight to defeat the Heartless and the Nobodies! Twilight declared, launching herself back at the long-haired sword mare. That is what you fight, not why. Twilight said, easily deflecting Twilight's series of strikes. You see, that is why you'll never be able to win. How can one who does not understand why they fight possibly win a fight? Because it's right, Twilight declared. That's what you believe, not why you fight. Twilight frowned, only to raise an eyebrow and smile slightly. Well, maybe I don't know why I fight, but I bet this new Twilight knows! I know. A Twilight of long, curly black hair said, drawing her blade, I am Ingo Montoya. He killed my father. Prepare to die. Crap. That is a lie. Twilight muttered. Okay, done! Twilight demanded, leaping from one evil Twilight to the next. The problem was, each one she found to give the cold King Mark Kapow, another bigger Twilight would rush in, take over, and push her aside. Feeling louder in frustration, her picked her up and placed her on a roof before flying back to take on Purple Skull. How am I supposed to get my saving the world King Mark if I not? You could get a cutie mark for understanding the power of immortal. Twilight said blindly, walking up to TV and feeling. I mean, Twilight screamed in pain. Hey! Hovering above the roof with her new partner. Stop stealing our bit! I could help you sue her, Sparkle said, pulling out her briefcase. Kaioken times 4! Kyle what? Twicia asked before she, Zappa Phoenix, were blasted off the roof by Twiku. Now that I can prove to you that your young, prepubescent spirit is my 150-year-old soul's mate. I can't wait for the sparkly bat pony. I thought you loved sleep. In my cold, I'd be more than one, love. Now come, we must hurry to my unmarked van. BOOM! Twilight flew back, nearly flying off the roof. Twilight looked up and up and up at the tall figure that landed right behind her. I remember you. Twilight, oh, you the crazy one. That's right, baby girl. Twilight said, let's pull back to reveal sharpened teeth. I'm the crazy one. Cannot keep me from my love. Twilight said, eyes glowing blood red, though she was still as dull as the fanfic, the Doctor of Oz. At least according to readers of the site. Aw, I made myself sad. I will drain you, die, and INCOMING! Twilight looked up, eyes wide as a massive brown reindeer slammed on the roof. The patron shook his great coat as a second purple patron joined him. The latter one was clearly a Twilight, white on his red jacket trimmed black, with two heavy swords on his side, and a tall black Renaissance hat on between his antlers. The large patron said with a laugh, "Ha ha ha! Polar!" Tile said in delight. Reacting. I told you it was very important we vacate the capital and come in, Za! The patron Twilight spoke with a thick Renaissance accent. Duh! My loyal decipher, poor Vortex, god of cold, snow, and winter, declared. I see Brother Dino began another war without us. Northern okay. We joined mid-stride and showed them why we are best! Ha! Polar picked up the cannon. I shoot thing! Oh, come on! Twilight complained as Tile put her on his back and used his magic to firmly lock her down so she couldn't escape. At least leave one for me. Be my eyes and ears, little one. Tile said, turning back towards the edge of the roof, the main part of the battle. Time to reintroduce madness. Madness? Twilight said with a grin, realizing he was going to get a team up with the god of war. Ecclesia! Arrgh! She snarls and throws her cutlass about. Let's send these odds lockers! Indeed! Storm Sparkle, member of the nefarious terrorist group Cobra, declared. Try her katanas. They'll stand a chance. Oh, we're asking for a bucket, Sap Apple declared. Especially since I done found a Twilight that I can actually work with. Yes, this one used magic, but only so she could use each one loaded with silver bullets. Hey ho! Silver declared. Her black mask wrapped around her face as she reared up. This is so awesome. Wallbreaker declared in glee to Princess Luna. The moon goddess nodded, pausing from her to battle. Move! Captain Sparkle shouted, tackling Riot just before the missiles could hit her. Thanks, Riot said, glaring over the scarred Twilight who was marching towards them. What's the story on this nut? Military pony. Wants to wipe out the Breezy so she can use their natural resources to power her war efforts. Joy. You go high, I go low? Sounds good, Captain Sparkle said. As the two of them lost themselves in the mech-driving Twilight, Celestia grit her teeth and swung a beam of magic, just managing to catch the scarlet beam that had been trying to. Your powers are weak, old man. Dark sparkled, but no. Now I am the master. Only a master of evil, Twilight, Celestia said. Hey guys, do you think I can send this chapter as a demo reel of all my voice work? That name has no meaning to me. Dark Sparkle declared. Emperor Sombra, show me the true ways of me destroy you! Dark Sparkle screamed to Starflame's further butt. Leave her alone! Spike shouted, running towards the princess. Dark Sparkle said, tilting his masked head. What? Did she kill her or something? Or stole my egg away? Spike rolled his eyes. I don't care. I'm putting in a dragon's body! No, Spike. The Celestia of my world took the world for safekeeping. To keep it away from me. The Dark Sparkle said, touching the hinge of her helmet. It cracked open with a hiss and dropped down, revealing now upon his face. I am your mother. No! That's not true! Spike said, "Suck. That's impossible!" Search your feelings. You know it can be. No! Dark Sparkle declared, it is your destiny. Actually, it isn't. Dark Sparkle turned, only to get bucked in the face by, of all beings, Rarity. My Spiky Wikey isn't evil. He is a hero, like Twilight before him. She gave Dark Sparkle another smack across the forehead. And that outfit is gaudy. She stood to discuss and tried over to Spike. That's like the traumatized baby dragon. Don't worry, I'm pretty sure she doesn't have the paperwork to back any of that up. We'll have Night Night confirmed you are bad from this world. He told me I was really a chocolate egg with a caramel center, and that Twilight willed me to existence. So, that's why here it is. She did a double take. Wait. What? Look at you, wasting a golfer for air. Green Lantern and Twilight panted slightly, holding the broken limb in place. Luckily, she was able to fight out the pain. It was making it hard to concentrate, as her constructs were weaker than they normally be. But you don't get to know yet. Twilight touched down on her foreleg, and the tubes that fed the drug venom directly into her blood began to pump. Her eyes glowed green as she welled up larger, now 10 times bigger than Big Macintosh. When your dreams are reduced to ashes, then you have my permission to die. Twilight grit her teeth as Twilight grabbed the pearl on the corpse pony. Sorry about this, Twilight the tank engine said, her wheels spinning. I'm huffing and puffing, but without trucks, I'm kind of useless. I break you! Twilight looked up and trembled. Her horn. Her breath came out sharp gasps. It's black as night, her ring pulsed. No evil shall scan to rise up, but those who worship evil's might. Her own eyes went full emerald. Beware my power. Green Lantern's light! His bosom of energy sent Twilight flying, and allowed GL to grab Twilight the tank engine and set her down in her tracks. The purple locomotive gave a toot-toot and hurried off to find injured ponies to take back to butts, leaving GL Twilight to face down Twilight. You think that little show is enough? Twilight taunted. It might work on the initiator in the ways of theatrics and design. Oh, no. Twilight guessed as string tracks Twilight tank engine had been using lifted up and wrapped themselves around her. The masked mare turned and watched in shock as a gray unicorn in red and purple armor hovered in the air, white mane bellowing slightly. Who? I am Magneto, Twilight declared, and I am here to ruin yet another of your galas, Twilight Sparkle. GL Twilight tilted her head as Magneto's began to sing about the Galley Gala. I swear, I don't even understand what's going on anymore. Welcome to every day of my life, Shining Armor stated. Kids, no! Do not fight! Do not fight Sentinel Twilight! That's it, I quit! I'm done. I'm done. No. Was I supposed to fight the Twilight and the healing factor? Human Twilight called out as Twilight Pool walked towards her, yammering on about how B. Arthur shot first. Because, seriously, I'm just a schoolgirl. Pretty sure I'm supposed to stay in the red pump booth. Hold on, Dustine shouted as he ran towards her, throwing his female counterpart onto his back, while Sparkle Sun left the Twilight Pool and began to master blade for blade. Whoa! Dust shouted, wings unfurling as he dodged Twizilla's giant foot. What the? Glensilver saw that Twizilla was not rampaging, but was Dragon Twi. Only this one had 3 heads and was shooting out lightning out of its mouth! It was only a matter of time before, wasn't it? The follies of ponies is in their control. Narrator Twilight said from her spot on top of a skyscraper. Let them by the doing Death screeched as he began to do barrel rolls in hopes of avoiding the blast of fire and electricity the giant monsters were shooting. He made his way out of the stage towards a high mountain point that hung above Camelot. I'm sure this will be safe. All the other Twilights are down there. Except for this one. Abstract Twilight said, only for them to join her behind the boulders he was hiding behind. Scootaloo detected this one up here. Dusky Human Twilight, just before a blast of icy wind nearly hit them, struck the mountain's rocky face and left it covered in thick ice. Snowflakes began to and the 2 newcomers shivered slightly. Who is this Twilight? Dust asked.
Abstract Twilight swallowed. Windigo Twilight. She is feeding off the negative emotions below. She's to stop soon. Soon she'll freeze all of Equestria! What do we do? Human Twilight asked Chief Terror. Nothing. Abstract Twilight said with a smile. Just have faith. 10 yards ahead of them, standing on the edge of a cliff face. Faith, the Lord of the Grey, an embodiment of the element of faith, narrowed his eyes and flared out his wings as he stared down the Windigo Twilight. The icy specter swirled in the air, trying her best to knock him off the mountain. That won't work against me enough, Faith said calmly. I face down chaos, the fires of Tartarus, and the darkness of the endless. Yet the storm is nothing compared to what I've dealt with. Magic flared in ice flash. I am Faith, and I can feel yours has been shaken. I know the truth about Windigos, such a one. I know you are similar to my kind. You are a pony who lost their form, but rather than coming to represent an emotion, you now feed off them like a parasite. The Windigo rushed towards him, but Faith refused to back down. But I am living proof that this doesn't have to be your end. You can never return to what you once were. You don't have to remain as you are. Let me help you. Windigo Twilight snapped out, his icy fangs grazing the face nails and causing it to frost over. You think for a moment you understand me. I was abandoned, left all alone, feared by my friends and family. They feared my power. But in what I could do, I tried my hardest to conceal my powers. Did not feel, but didn't matter. Now I take all they feel. I understand better than you can imagine, they said softly, and I do too. Abstract Twilight called out, stepping out from her hiding spot, running over to join Faith. I was in the same situation you were. I know what it feels to have no hope, no faith in those you love, to believe you're all alone. No, you don't. You have no idea what it was like for me that horrible night, when they abandoned me. Just looked up as the hard piano music began to play. Oh, by Prince Laris's beard, please tell me they aren't going to begin singing! Okay, Lawyer Twilight. What? I know we already used Let It Go earlier, yesterday, but I gotta know. Do you think it's legal for us to do this time? With a round 2? If I could change my voices for this. Well, let's see what happens. Go do it! The snow glowed white on the mountain that night, not a hoof print to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looked like I was the queen. The wind was howling like the swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in. Heaven knows I tried. Abstract Twilight, guessing what Wendigo Twilight was feeling and remembering her own doubts. Don't let them in. Don't let them see. Be the good mayor you always had to be. Conceal, don't feel. Don't let them know. Well, now they know. The storm got worse, but Faith and Abstract Twilight used their magic to protect themselves. Let it go. Let it go. Can't hold you back anymore. Let it go. Let it go. Wendigo Twilight. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what you're going to say. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway. Faith, thinking about his own fall. It's funny how some distance makes everything seem small. And the fears that once controlled me had gotten to me at all. I went to see what I could do to test the limits and break through. No right, no wrong, no rules for me. I was free. Faith rises up, dark and white magic swirling around him. Let it go, let it go. I was the one with the wind in the sky. Let it go, let it go. They never saw me cry. Wendigo Twilight, pressing her hose to ears, trying to block them out. Here I stand, and here I'll stay. Let the storm rage on. Dusky human Twilight gasps as the storm intensifies. Faith and Abstract Twilight leap up into the air, however, jumping from one boulder-sized hailstone to another to reach Wendigo Twilight. My power flurries through the air and into the ground. My soul is spiraling in frozen fractals all around. And one fight will end it all with an icy blast. Abstract Twilight, gently reaching up, pressing a hoof to Wendigo Twilight's cheek. Faith in her magic swirling around the broken-hearted mare. You don't have to go back. The past is in the past. Faith in Abstract Twilight. Wendigo Twilight in shock as his body begins to solidify into a solid ice form. Let it go, and you'll rise like the break of dawn. Let it go, that broken mare is gone. Wendigo Twilight, smiling in tears as Faith and Abstract Twilight guide her back towards the mountain. Here I stand in the light of day. Let the storm be done. The cold never bothered me anyway. I'll swear to you, Faith said, giving the crying Wendigo a hug. Never have to go back to that place. You'll have a home with us. Abstract Twilight chuckled for its good humor. As if our romantic life wasn't already complicated. Trixie will love this. Sparsula laughed, holding out Golden Twilight. Why not an Ursula Twilight? Why not? Why not? Why do I care anymore? Causing water hit Twigor and Twilight Velvet. Twilight was far fatter than any other Twilight around, and her bomb half was not pony legs, but rather writhing black tentacles. Oh, how wonderful! Not without that pesky blowhard King Trident around to get in my way! I shall be able to sink this country under the waves and make it my new domain! You know, I met King Trion once! Sparsula looked up. Helen Payne's green flame blade, a seafoam tremor came down on her hoof, slashing it, causing her to lose her grip on the trident. Seafoam, spying Tydo and Twilight, hurled the golden rim. Twilight, grabbing hold of Tydo, began to wrest the weapon away from the sea witch. My mentor and I had a long talk with him, and his sister claimed to be God of the Sea. See that? Ha ha ha! Sea ponies like to think they are powerful, but the Capricorn race lets them think because it amuses us. Sparsula growled, I will turn you into a slug and feast on you, you little... Slug? Wow. Fat, stupid, what a wonderful combination. Seafoam said, rolling her eyes. Obese tentacle rape me? Allow me to introduce my friends! Seafoam's horns glowed as saltwater burst from the cobblestone creek, allowing a purple whale, octopus, shark, crab, and dolphin to swim within the sea witch. Twilight Oracle, Twiplus, Twifin, Crablight, Twishark! Hello, Twishark said, flashing her long, sharp teeth. You're going down, evil Twilight! Pinky said, glaring at her target. Flaky darling. Applejack said with a sigh. That's a bag of flour with a face drawn on it. Pinky tilted her head. Oh, right. Could it still be an evil Twilight though, right? No, it couldn't. Real Death said, come on, we have to help the other Twilights. Or we could go and hide. Flashlight offered as he ran back into the battle. The bag of flour shifted. Good! Good! Why are you fighting me? Dark Twilight demanded, using her tentacles to grab Queen Chrysalis and throw her right into Dr. and Time Lord Twilight. My luck will see this world made into the one it should be. A world of machines and metal, rather than magic. Isn't that what you desire? Actually, not quite, the doctor said, aiming a screwdriver at her in an attempt to shut her down her tentacles. Don't get me wrong. I love a big, beautiful piece of machinery as much as the next 900-year-old alien from Gallifrey, but this doesn't mean I can't admire the beauty of magic. It might not be something I can do, but that doesn't mean I should shun it. If I did, that they would have to go without graham crackers, since I can't make them. And a life without s'mores? Who could survive without that? Enough of your ramblings! Twilight declared, tentacles launching out, grabbing both Time Lords by their throats, squeezing until the 2 points are scraping their hose against the metal claws, attempt to free themselves. If you do not stand with me, be careful of what you say next. The Alcorn, Twilight said, her Alcorn armor firmly in place. She aimed her horn cannon and fired, causing Twilight to lose the grip on the two. You're right. One shall stand, and the other shall fall. Twilight glared to the Cybertronian. You, of all the Twilights, you should understand the best of what I am trying to do. She moved towards the Twilight robot, glaring behind her sunglasses. How are you different than me? Let's find out, Twilight said, face mask sliding into place as she rushed the dock. Okay, so Princess Celestia and Aurora are fighting Twilight Fought Doom over there, Skulu mumbled to herself. Do your best to voice much of the cards as possible. Boss Swai is burn, sucker, burn! The leader of the Saints shouted, waving her flamethrower at Drew Sparkle, mistress of vampires' direction. Having fun? Skulu pursed her lips. I think we have every pulley accounted for. Indeed. Nightfall said, lighting in front of Skulu. You caused many problems, little one. I think it's time we had a chat. Would you rather go to fight with Shining Armor or Agent Coulson? No. The leader of the League of Evil Twilights purred, her fangs gleaming up in the light of the sun. I think I'd much rather rip you apart with my magic. Listen to your tortured screams as I bleed you dry. That sounds neat! Counteroffer! Let's not! I get cupcakes instead! Sure, Nightfall said. I'll start with an orange cupcake with purple frosting. One shaped like you. The filly scrambled back as Nightfall began to shot beams of dark magic at her slinking hooves. Okay, another counteroffer! No more talk and no more games. You caused me nothing but trouble. And while it's been amusing to watch you hurry about trying to stop me, the game ends here, little Skidaloo. There's no pony left who can save you. Skidaloo and Nightfall looked around, staring at the Twilight who had come to the boards as Pegasus' rescue. Whiskets! Baby Twilight declared, stopping her little hoof. Oh, crap. Skidaloo whimpered. Nightfall let out a laugh, walking over to the foal. Oh, how cute. The baby is going to save you. Nightfall leaned down, pressing her nose to baby Twilight's. The foal merely blinked, watching her. How utterly pathetic. I am a god. I fear nothing, let alone this child. Nightfall? What? Going to beg me to spare this tot? Don't worry. After I'm done killing you, Skidaloo, I'll make sure to snap her little neck. Baby Twilight reached up, grasping Nightfall's nose between her hooves, and easily lifted the dark mirror to the air. He held her aloft for a moment, considering Nightfall, before glowering at her alternate dimensional self. Nightfall's eyes went wide as Baby Twilight reared back and smashed her against the ground. Boom, 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 boom! Baby Twilight paused. Boom, boom, boom! Ugh, Nightfall groaned. Peeny God, Baby Twilight said before tottering over to Skidaloo. Skits! She had the artist feeling before whipping her head towards the battlefield, freezing every evil Twilight in place. Good girl, Skidaloo said, hugging the baby as the heroic Twilights cheered their victory. Final chapter. End of Insanity. Okay, I get the chains, Sunny Armor said, watching as the agents of Butts worked with the Doctor and Time War Twilight to shift the evil Twilight. Once Baby Twilight had frozen them all into place, the battle had finished within seconds with the heroic Twilights the victors. Mixtures of chaos and dark magic had made it impossible for even Deliria to escape. She was too busy mumbling about Derpy Sparkle and the power of muffins. The Doctor had revealed that once the battle was done, that TL Twi and him had been working on with the other time travelers, including Doc Brown, Booster Gold, Come and Go Me, and a bunch of ponies who looked like hot tubs, to gather up Twilight that appeared in Equestria. The power of the TARDIS and Ken-sized equipment was more than enough to create portals to ship every Twilight back to the correct dimensions. Now the heroic Twilights, the Elements of Harmony, the Saints, the Time Masters, the God Squad, watching as the last of the evil Twilights were booted back to where they belong. But why did exactly we have to shave their manes off? Because it's funny! Spike said with a grin, the electric razor still in his claws.
And those that didn't have means got some,
Twilight said with a giggle, waving to Dark Sparkle, who was now sporting an epic beard that once been Twi'lek's tail. The retrievals had been interesting, to say the least. Some worlds had tried to reject their evil Twilights back, forcing them to shove the wicked mares into the vortexes and shutting them down before they could be tossed back out. Other realities, like Twibane's, had accepted custody and made it clear they were going to make sure the villain was locked up. And then there was the world of Spider-Mare. I wish was what of Spires and Magic. What? Could have been.
Twi'lek!
The Pink Goblin said happily, giving the tentacle villain a hug.
I am so excited you're a king. We'll have to throw out Twi'lek is alive and now we can kill Spider-Man party! Thank you so much for putting you home.
Flutters, the hunter said with slight blush. A little bit cute as you weren't wearing the skins of several animals like a cloak, and the skull of a bear as a helmet. Twi'lek looked at her enemy, shaking her hoof. You're the rule the day, you.
Oh, come on, Twi'lek! We're going to get corner and get some cupcakes!
Electro Daz exclaimed. Bye! Twi'lek quickly hurried up. The rogue Twilight still to your head's confusion. Oh. Supply streets! Wallbreaker said what was side before walking over and grabbing the League of Evil Twilights. Well, sorry for you. There are no twists for you, but instead a final goodbye and a promise for vengeance that sets up potential sequels.
You won't get away with this!
Nightfall screeched as he shoved towards the portal to the antimatter universe. She blinked, looking very Twilight-eyed as she searched for exactly what she would do.
You'll gather an army of like-minded ponies,
Twilight Valley whispered.
Yes! I'll gather an army of like-minded ponies!
You'll prepare for war.
I'll prepare for war!
You'll pay for this.
You'll pay for this!
Nightfall blinked, realizing what he said. Mother, I swear you'll die first.
How sweet,
Velvet said dryly.
Flim, could you?
The two brothers nodded and stepped forward. They hadn't fought in the battle and, once retrieved by the heroic Twilights, pleaded for leniency, claiming they'd been forced to serve the dark Mare Spencers. Flame pulled out a tuning whistle and blew into it. She tried to beat this nation, this evil Marison. By her playing sucked so bad, there was no chance of a win. Now her hopes are dashed, her dreams are put by a pin. She really sucks, she lost it all. Every pony saw her ball. Nightfall, she blows. The League of Evil Twilights is disbanded once and for all. Velvet secret to your flank so you can cut your mole. So dear evil man, shut up cause we don't care. Just give up, be a doll, you cannot win. Bye, fall. Then it followed out one final profanity, laid and screamed as you shoved through the portal, which Kinsey promptly stepped behind her.
And that is the last of the evil Twilights.
The tech wizard of Ponyville Saints looked around the last few heroic Twilights, Raven Pie.
Guess this is where we part ways. Damn straight,
Boss Twilight said.
I still need to go drive a horseshoe out Signac's ass.
The gangbagger looked over at Skulu and took her off a floor necklace, placing it around the little filly's neck.
You did good, Squirt. You ever find yourself in my neck of the woods? No saints of your back. Thanks,
Skulu, knowing that was the only polite response to give a mare that could kill ponies in more outrageous ways than Skulu could think of schemes to get cutie marks.
Let's go already,
Rainbow Cat shouted, pushing Apple, Mother Bucket, Jack into the portal. Rarity rolled her eyes and followed after them, Professor close behind. Boss Twilight nodded before leaping through herself with Kinsey, with a final buzz to portal close.
I'm gonna miss them.
I'm not. What do you mean you're not gonna miss them? I thought we pushed you through already, Coulson complained.
Meh, what's one more plot hole?
Someone shoved her into the portal already, Nightlight said, rolling his eyes.
With my last breath, I could cyborg!
Twilight proclaimed, at least what I had to say.
Well,
that leaves us then, GL Twilight said, looking around the much smaller group of Twilights that were left. Not that I mind waiting to go last. Makes sense considering how crazy things have been to us to err on the side of caution. I don't see why we're sticking around now. I mean, I like you girls, but I got a sector to get back to. Me too, Ryder said. Those racers are waiting for me, Captain Sparkles said.
I'm the one that suggested to direct their nightlight, and we few Twilights remain.
Mr. Zora said.
We have grown rather close during our time here.
Getting drunk and all that, Face stated, receiving a swift kick from Abstract Twilight for his chest.
In the battle against Nightfall in our league, proved we work together as a team.
You ain't suggesting we stick around, are ya? Zap Apple said.
Cause I like it, princess.
Even you are a magic using pony.
I want to get back to my Mac and farm.
Miss Zora shook her head.
No, nothing like that. What I am suggesting is a bit different. Dr. Velvet? Twilight Velvet's horn glowed, and from a metal briefcase at her side emerged some mirror compacts. While the doctor was working on transporting to Twilight's home, I studied the effects of dimensional rifts and was able to create these. Aztec Twilight took one and let out a yell of surprise as he saw the Sparkle's son staring back at her from the mirror's surface. These mirrors are a blend of science and technology. You're able to cross dimensional barriers and surge communicators. They can also open personal rifts from one dimension to the next, but only if both parties agree to it. I think I hear what you say, my friend. Read these mirrors, it's the end. Oh, and in case anybody's wondering, Heart Twilight from my Heart of Worlds fanfics and Fall Twilight were both handling out some very powerful Twilights.
It's just what they do best.
What?
What? Fall of Starfleet Twilight is is practically a goddess of magic by now, and Heart of Twilight, oh gods!
Exactly,
Twiclaw. Nightlight began to pace. You see, I'm a pony that believes in diversify. Things tend to get better when you have many spoons in the kettle corn. I'm trying to cook it all at once.
Stop! You're making me hungry! Pinkie Pie exclaimed, rubbing her tummy. I knew I should have asked Evil Piggy and Gangster Pinky for some snacks. But to even hide snacks around here in case of emergency snacking situations.
Nightlight continued on as if he hadn't been interrupted. Already, Equestria is protected by several different groups of agents. The Royal Guard protects Catalat. The Wonderbolts are a rapid response team. My daughter and friends, the elements of harmony, take on each of evils and foes. The doctor, though he doesn't directly work for me.
I never will, my good stallion, the doctor said with a grin. Never like to stay in the same place twice. Don't want to be nailed down and such.
He and his family protects the time stream. Princess Celestia and Luna have created a God Squad, which deal with international threats that we in Equestria cannot legally face. Power Vortex laughed. This squad sounds like a good vessel. How did I join Baratia Ancestry?
We'll see about getting you an interview.
There are times when threats arise from other dimensions that are greater than all the power in our world. And yours.
They leaned forward and grinned.
What I am suggesting, Maris Science, is the formation of a new team. I felt had a League of Evil Twilights. I believe we have the makings of a Legion of Heroic Twilights.
A LHT? King said, frown furrowed. Those letters don't spell anything related to private parts or buttocks. Yes, I double-checked his work. Velvet said with a smirk, enjoying the way Nightlight was glowering at the accusations that everything he named ended up sounding dirty-sounding necronym. Worst part of it was that Velvet was right, and he couldn't counterclaim. Legion of Twilights. GL Twilight said nodding slowly. That sounds like a good idea. We're already part of the Super Friends of Equestria. That worked out real well for us. Captain Sparkles clicked her teeth together. As much as I prefer to work on my own, even I have to admit there are strength in numbers. Twice I lowered her hood. I have fought with a sisterhood of like-minded ponies, but to fight with one such as yourselves would be an honor. I would be most honored to be of great help in my many means. Sparkles said with a bow. Let me kill things, Seafoam Trevor said. Count me in. That's my girl. The assistant made the Twilights began to journey back to their own worlds, knowing that this was not the goodbye, but merely a farewell for now. There were some tears, such as when Luna waved bye-bye to baby Twilight, the fall smiling at her as the nightmare moon of her world gathered her up and took her back. Her promises to keep in touch, based on speech about goodbyes, was quickly cut short when everyone were deciding they were tired of his monologues. Soon, the only one to remain was Twilight. It took a moment to hug Scootaloo tight. No, you aren't my Scootaloo, but I miss you all the same. Hey, Scootaloo said with a roaring smile. Think that makes me your Scootaloo? Yeah. Twilight said with a grin. You see a mirror so we can be interdimensional pen pals. I think we get our Cutie Mark Stanley for sure. I think you're right, Scootaloo said, giving the little filly a sway. But I'll talk to you later, Twilight. You too, Scootaloo. Twilight waved them all one last time before darting into the portal. Alright, everyone. Press yourselves. Velvet called out, flipping on a device that looked like something that Nikola Tesla would have made. Look him up, kids, okay? Scootaloo and Spike looked up, and for the first time, noticed the yard around them being found with thousands of fireflies. Last piece of Twilight. All we have to do now is draw them together. Careful, careful, now! Velvet threw a second switch and the room exploded in lavender light. Those that remained in transporter rooms shielded their eyes against the gaze, crunching in pain until at long last, the light consolidated in a solid form. Twilight? Spike gasped, taking a step towards the Alicorn American used so well. The Twilight that stood before them looked like their Twilight, but he dealt with enough surprises to know not just by its cover. Ugh! Twilight managed to get out, rubbing her eyes, opening and shutting her mouth like she was chewing on a large piece of chewing gum. Ugh! It's a King Sombra, Twilight! Kate shouted. Quick! Stop storming at her! Wiggles? Twilight said hopefully. King Sombra? What? Twilight looked around confused. What? Where the hey am I? Spike! What's going on? Spike took a cautious step forward. Twilight, is thine a word? I don't care what any pony says. Mr. Dictionary doesn't include it, so it's her! Spike exclaimed, running up and giving his friend a hug. Scootaloo quickly joined him, as did Velvet, Nightlight, and Shining Armor. Ah! Twilight exclaimed, seriously, what the hell's going on? Long story, Scootaloo said. One with many spelling errors that ripped off at least 30 different intellectual properties. Wallbreaker said, happily. Huh? Twilight said as her friends moved to joining and hugging. Seriously, some point tell me what's going on. Girls, please? Girls? Stop hugging me and tell me what's going on. Hey, can we have a camera pan up? Girls, Scootaloo, what the heck is going on? I always have problems trying to rate or review or talk about comedies like this one. Because they're comedies. Sir, I could spend ages telling you what joke works and what joke doesn't, but it comes down to preference. Because what works for me won't work for somebody else. I've always pointed out that there are gags that I can laugh at and tell you why they're funny, but some people with more sensitive constitutions will never find it funny. But instead I could talk about how this works. This didn't take itself too seriously. This had fun with the premise and thus decided to go all out. And seriously, that's sometimes all you need. Next week, and next time,
More Ludiverse!
With a cherry leaf centered effect. See you then.